Women's wakeboard final. First competitor, young American Megan Ethel, opening with a tantrum.
Yes, Megan coming back in on her toe side edge, and that's a nice and clean big scarecrow way out to the flats from this competitor from the US. Third trick now, coming into that wake, and a big whirly bird that they're not only having that flip, but also a frontside 360 as well. A bat wing for her next trick here, really shifting things up with that big glide. Indie back roll there from Megan Ethel, and nice and clean. This is a great first path, and finishing things off with a toe side front roll to fakie.
And second competitor off the dock, Dallas Friday from Orlando, USA.
One of the favourites of this competition, Dallas, and starting things off with a giant air railie way out into the flats. Love seeing that trick done by the women's competitors. Changing things up a little bit here with an indie tantrum to blind. Toe side indie front roll there for the third trick for Dallas Friday, and finishing things off with a heel side off axis 360.
Well, typical Dallas, Stu, not only going technical but going really, really big.
Yes, second pass now, and starting things off technical again with that wrapped KGB. Here's another technical trick in the Tootsie Roll there from Dallas Friday. Good start here for pass number 2. Third trick now, the Indie Shifty, adding a little bit of style to her pass. Toe side, off axis, 540 there. And do we have time for one last trick? Here she comes on a heel side edge, and that is a heel side, off axis 5, and she looks pretty happy about that one.
Well, Stu, she should be very happy indeed with that. That was an awesome 2 passes from Dallas Friday.
Okay, I believe this is your first time here at Moomba. Is that right, Dallas?
First time at Moomba, yeah.
How do you like it?
It's awesome. The crowd's awesome. The fans are awesome. Good riding, good conditions, good times.
And also from Florida, USA, our final competitor, Rami Merritt.
Starting things off here with a big heel side off axis 360, straight back in on that toe side edge, and there's the toe side off axis 540. So starting things off really well with a couple of big spins. The heel side back row, and unfortunately not quite getting the pop, and taking a fall.
Yeah, well, bad luck there for Rami. Well, she's a young lady that normally handles the conditions really well, handles the big wake of the Nautique without a problem whatsoever. Actually, she is a Nautique team athlete. Let's see what she can do second pass. And she opens with the customary S-bend. Looking good, Rami Merritt.
Yeah, you don't see that from too many of the ladies these days. So great to see her do that straight back on that toe side edge for a bat wing. All right, third trick here of the second pass, and there's a heel side, backside 360. Looking great on the second pass. Coming in a toe side edge and a little bit tentacle there on a Tootsie Roll. So maybe time for one more trick here in the second pass, and that is a roll to blind from Rami Merritt. So a great second pass there.
Yes, good stuff, Rami Merritt. We're waiting for the scores to come through. Women's wakeboard final. The winner from the USA, Dallas Friday. Second place, Rami Merritt. Rounding off the field, Megan Ethel, also from the USA. Men's wakeboard final. First competitor, the young Aussie, Tony Iacone.
Yes, Tony coming in for that trick number 1 and starting things off with a heel side 900-degree spin. What a way to start from the young Australian. Straight back on that toe side edge and only going for a toe side 540 there, not quite getting the pop on that second trick. The nose grab Moomba 540 there. Very, very technical trick from Tony Iacone. Straight back into another technical KGB. And one last trick here for the first pass, and that is the tail grab front flip to backside 360. Tony, one of the only riders in the world doing that trick.
Now we go to Canada and the bone crusher, Rusty Malinowski.
Is one of my favourite riders to watch here, Rusty, and starting things off with a heel side, backside 720. Another great way to start this pass. Toe side roll to blind there from the Bone Crusher from Canada. Coming in third trick now, and that is that nose grab Moomba 540. Nice and clean there from Rusty Malinowski. One more trick here, toe side 900, but missing that handle and taking a swim.
It's always a blessing to be able to come and compete with some of the best guys in the world, for sure. First time to Moomba Masters, and I had a blast, but unfortunately in the finals I just had 2 weird falls for me. I fell on a regular toe 9, and then coming back fell again on a switch toe 9. So things happen, but to make top 6 with the amount of awesome wakeboarders here is something I'm happy with.
Now we go to Japan with competitor number 3, Shota Tezuka.
Yes, Shota, one of the favourites for this event, and I love watching the style that this guy brings. Starting things off with a roll to blind, nice and technical and nice and clean there from Shota. Straight back into that toe side 900, about as clean as you could possibly ask for. Coming in, switch stance toe side now for a switch 900. Once again, this is a great start from the young man from Japan. There is that nose grab, chromo 540 that we've seen from some of the other riders. So Shota really throwing down and finishing things off with a heel side 900, and he looks pretty happy.
Oh, well done, Shota. And of course, this guy has really improved the last couple of years, and little wonder he trains with Harley Clifford in Australia and in Florida, and he's really going great.
Starting things off with a backside spin. That was a toe side, backside 540, straight into a front mobe 540. So another solid start here. Stalefish backside 180 there from Shota Tezuka. A lot of style in this pass, not just technical tricks. There's that style once again with a melon frontside 180s way out into the flats and a nuclear toe side back roll to finish things off.
Now, first American rider for the finals here this afternoon, Bob Soven from the USA.
Yes, our Wake brother starting things off with that heel side 360 straight back into a toe side nose grab 900. So a solid start here from Bob Soven. The Stalefish roll to blind there for trick number 3. Back into the toe side indie grab. I'm sure that's not quite what he was hoping for on that one. And finishing things off with the heel side 900, but taking a fall.
Now, Noah Flegel, first time we've seen this guy. He's all the way from the USA.
Yes, Noah, one of the most up-and-coming riders in the world today. And as you can see, he loves to spin the backside 540 there from Noah. No stranger to technical tricks with that nose grab, a chromobe. And I tell you what, this young man from the USA may find himself on the podium with a run like this.
Now the final competitor from Australia, the world number 1, Harley Clifford.
Yes, Harley starting things off there with a nose grab, chromobe 540, nice and big there from Harley. Straight back into another mobe 5, the KGB 540 there from the world number 1. Back, switch stance this time, a switch heel side 900, so this is a great start. Backside 720 there from Harley Clifford, straight in to a toe side 900, so some big spins in this first pass, finishing things off with the Indy Tantrum to blind.
Well, Harley looking so solid there. Can he back it up on pass number 2 to retain his title?
Front mobe 540 there to start off this pass number 2 for the world number 1. Straight back into a Pete Rose, so this is a great start. Nice and clean there from Harley. Into that hillside roll to blind that we've seen today. Again, nice and technical and big from Harley Clifford. And going for that whirly 5, but not quite getting the pop and going for a swim.
Just got done with your final run. How'd you do?
Yeah, I did all right. I had a pretty solid first pass, had 2 falls on the way back, but still managed to get in 9 tricks, so be interesting to see who comes out on top between Shota and I, but yeah, good contest. Stoked to be in my home country and competing against the best riders in the world.
And the final results come through. First place, Harley Clifford, Australia. Shota Tezuka from Japan in second, and rounding up the field in third position, Noah Flegel from the USA.
And now to our prize-giving celebrations, and congratulations to all of our athletes for performing at their best. Some of the best scores for the 2015 Moomba Masters. Big thank you to the Victorian Water Ski Association for putting on such a fantastic event, and all of our sponsors.
And as celebrations continue into the night, it's good night from the 2015 Moomba Masters.